And we are live. Hello world, we are live. Hello TikTok. I'm gonna make Emily a moderator.
How do I get on?
But I gotta figure out how to do it. You gotta go to my TikTok.
I'm at your TikTok, but it starts showing a live. Oh no, wait, there it is.
Hold on, I gotta get Emily to be a moderator. How do I do this? I'm still learning. Hi, Emily.
Hello.
Okay. So, hello, world. We're doing a live. Where do I do this? Oh, look, we got some likes. We're already getting some likes. Hi,
Mike.
guys. Oh, hi. It's Mike. Mike gave us a like. All right. Let's see. How do I make you a moderator? I know I can do this. I don't want to interact. Well, I do want to interact, but no, I want to make you I don't know how to do that. Oh, well, we're not going to do it that way. So, hey, world. Yeah, we finally get to do a live again. You are not going to believe this crap, though. So, I was really sick last week when we were supposed to have tea time with the girls. It was going to be me and my daughters, and we were going to do tea and do some Q&A and ask some fun questions, and I have a book we're going to work out of. And I got horribly sick because the baby was sick earlier that week, and I got whatever she had. So now we've rescheduled, and we're doing a wine and cheese party tonight. But my oldest daughter, you're never going to guess, is sick. Jessica is sick. But I do have Emily.
Hello.
There is our Emily. Yep, this is my youngest daughter with the gorgeous purple hair. I am digging that so much. So we are going to get going. We're going to do a little bit of Q&A. She's going to be watching the comments for me because I can't see the phone. And let's set this up right over here. Does that look about right to you, Emmy?
Yeah, that looks right.
Okay.
I'll just have to lean in whenever I say something.
Let me see how it looks over here. Okay, can you see me?
I can see you perfectly fine.
You can see me.
My phone is a little behind, so...
Yeah, there is a lag. So I'm not going to be too worried about the lag. We'll just take our time. It's no big deal. And we're here to hang out.
Lots of people are joining.
Hi, guys. We got our wine. We got some really cheap wine from Aldi because, well, I'm broke. I've got a watermelon rosé type of wine. My red is a blueberry wine. Ooh, a sweet blueberry wine, by the way. And then we've got a pineapple wine for our white wine. Emily has iced tea because she doesn't drink. I'm going to be doing all the drinking, apparently. Mike doesn't drink either. If Jessica was here, she'd be drinking with me. And I have some spiced rum if I want to do some shots later. That might be unwise, but I do a lot of things that are unwise. You'd think I'd learn, but 48 years old and I haven't figured out anything yet. So our book that we're going to work out of is called Know Yourself. Ooh, a book of ... questions. But I want to answer any questions you guys have for me as well. Please keep your conversation as courteous as possible. If you want to cuss, I don't care. I cuss like a sailor. So I have to be careful. We can't drop a lot of F-bombs on here. But I do know for a fact I can say shit. You know, because I did a couple weeks ago. So anyway, if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, feel free to ask in the comments. And Emily will relay those to me. Or if you want to ask Emily anything. This is my daughter who is on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about doing a bit of a series, the two of us together. Me as a disabled parent of an adult child who's on the spectrum, and how it was, raising her, particularly with my physical disability. And we thought that might be an interesting series sometime. It might be terrifying as well, because growing up with me as a mom is just a scary experience.
Especially when she chucks a can of hairspray at you.
I didn't mean to.
It was an accident.
My mom used to throw shoes at us. And she'd get the high heel going, and she'd fling it by a high heel, and if we would leave our shoes all around the house. And we had a multi-level home, and she would throw the shoes up the stairs where the bedrooms were. And if you were in the way and you got hit with the shoe, that was your problem. You shouldn't have left it downstairs in the first place. So who do we have with us today, Emmy?
We've got a lot of people.
Hi, everybody. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please feel free to talk, ask questions. They can be stupid questions. I don't care.
Jessica says she wishes she could be here.
Jessica, we really do wish you could be here too, but at least you're there with us watching on our live. We miss you. Oh, by the way, we have some crab rangoon dip tonight.
Woo.
We have sharp cheddar and Gouda cheeses. Ooh. Lots of crackers as well. Crackers as in these things.
Not us kind of crackers.
So I thought what we do, we have any comments?
Druid Dragon 20 says, "Hi, I'm new."
Hi, we're glad to have you. Thank you for joining us. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm Nikki. This is my youngest daughter, Emily. Jessica is my oldest daughter, and she's sick, so she's not here, but she is hanging out with us in the live in the chat. So, hey.
Jessica also said, "I want the cheese and dip and wine."
Well, I'd love for you to have the cheese and dip and wine if you could keep from throwing it up. So why don't we start with some questions out of this book, Emily? What do you want to do them in order, or you want to do it randomly?
Let's do randomly.
Okay. This is a fun book. Some of these questions are silly. Some of them are really deep and thought-provoking. Some of them are a little disturbing, depending on what your answer is. All right. What have you recently said no to with deep regret? And if you guys want to answer these questions too, feel free. Emily will relay that to me. Ooh, what have I said no to recently with deep regret? That's a tough one.
Baby, get down.
She's
She's on the chair again.
Yeah, of course she is. She wants the cheese.
And the dip.
That's okay. As long as we keep her away from it. That's all right. The cat wants to hang out with us, and that's cool. Anyway, what have you recently said no to that you can think of that you have a regret saying no to?
I only say no when I absolutely do not want to do something. So I have not regretted saying no to anything lately.
I think that's a really good policy to have. I mean, if you're going to say no to something, then it better be, yeah, I get that. I don't want to have regrets. And the only thing I ever regret is saying no to the grandbaby if she really wants something she's not supposed to have and I really want to give it to her. I regret some of those no's. I'm like, no, you can't have a pony because I can't buy you a pony and you have nowhere to put a pony. Oh, but I really want to give you the pony.
Jessica says, "Perpetual people pleaser. I don't say no." And Druid Dragon 20 says, "My altar wanted to quit my shit job. I said no. I hate this job as much as they do."
Oh, man. Being stuck in a job you hate. Oh. I'm really sorry you're having to go through that because I have been there and it sucks. I was in a job, my very first job, actually. I worked in daycare and I didn't mind working in daycare per se. I loved, the kids were hilarious, although they were overwhelming because it was just me at 19 years old and 15 4-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was before there were any kind of real legal limits on how many kids you could have per daycare worker. But the administration was awful. Most of the parents were kind of awful, and that tends to be that way. Parents usually are rotten. And the pay was only $4.95 an hour, which in 1992 was minimum wage. The end of 92, actually it was end of 93, was minimum wage. $4.95 an hour. So I stuck with it until I just couldn't do it anymore. So I am so sorry that you are stuck in that situation. If you find something that you love, man, that's worth it. You've been in lots of jobs you were unhappy in.
Yeah, and it was mainly because of the situations.
Yeah. What was your least favorite job?
Forest Ridge.
We don't know what that is.
Well, Forest Ridge is an at-youth. It's an at-risk. It's a home and school for at-risk teenage girls.
Right.
And the main reason I didn't like it is because I had coworkers who adamantly tried to get me fired because they didn't believe someone on the spectrum should be working there.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I mean, I understand that they did that, but I don't understand why anyone would think that. I don't follow that.
Because there are some people who adamantly believe people on the spectrum are retarded.
Oh, God.
No matter how smart you prove to them you are, they will adamantly believe that all
That's
people
not
on
a
there
good
are
word,
retarded.
though, you know.
Yes, I'm just using the actual medical term, though.
No.
They think they're stupid, is what I'm trying to say.
So they thought that you were mentally unable to even process what you were doing?
Yes.
Just because you're on the spectrum?
Yes.
That's awful. Okay, so I'm going to start a list of people I would like to slap in a Will Smith type fashion, and they're going at the top of my list. Anybody else want to?
Oh, I also got fired because of that, but they put it down as too many missed days.
Oh, man.
Amanda Blind says, "Hi, how are you? It's so wonderful to hear your voice live."
Oh, hi, Amanda. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be heard. It's wonderful to be heard live as opposed to not. Wait.
Jessica says she loved her job before it was Ridge. She only had the problem she had with admin and especially HR. And it was ableism all the way. They might as well have been in high school.
Agreed. All right. Anybody else want to answer that question? Something that you have recently said no to that you regret saying no to.
I'm going to have a little bit of this crab dip.
This cheese is good. So is the wine, Jessica, by the way. Watermelon wine, guys.
Aldi.
And because Emily doesn't drink, I'm drinking alone. Hey.
Amanda Blind also said,
yes.
"You're so amazing.
Oh.
And you know I love your videos. Blind friends all the way. You're such a blessing."
You touched my heart, Amanda. Thank you so much. Yes, blind friends all the way. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to tell you one of the great things about being a blind person. I am never the designated driver.
Druid Dragon 20, we did not make the wine. We bought it at Aldi's.
Yep, bought it at Aldi.
Cheap wine.
Cheap wine all the way, and it tastes delicious. I don't care if it's cheap. All right, let's do another question. You want to do this one?
Amanda Blind also said, "Oh, wow, watermelon wine sounds delicious."
It is. It's really good. We have a watermelon, we have a sweet blueberry, and we have a pineapple. And by the end of this session, I should be completely sloshed.
And she also says, "Yes, I love that perk. Never the designated driver."
Woo! What'd you say, Mike? Oh, Mike says am I gonna wait that long to get sloshed? Okay, Emily's gonna pick a question from our book.
Do you ever fantasize about being famous?
No, I do not fantasize about being famous because I've seen what fame has done to people. I know a couple of people who became famous and it has ruined their lives. And I value my privacy. I value my autonomy. I value my time. I big time value my time and my self-care. And you don't get to have any of those things hardly at all if you are a famous person. And you are constantly under a microscope and you are constantly being harangued by someone who wants to criticize you. And it's not that criticism is always a bad thing. It's just that I am a very private person who I'm surprisingly, despite the crazy personality, I'm very much an introvert. I think I saw on TikTok once somebody say they're a social sprinter. That's kind of what I am. I do enjoy being around people once in a blue moon, but it will take me weeks of not even leaving the house, possibly months, to get over it when I'm done with it, to recharge my batteries. I'm big time introvert. I love to stay home by myself, read books, play video games. Well, old video games. I have a hard time playing the more modern video games because I can't see them anymore. They're too realistic looking. I like to, listen to audiobooks and horror podcasts and watch true crime documentaries. Yes, I am one of those serial killer documentary people. Were you raising your hand?
Yes.
Sorry, you don't have to raise your hand.
Sorry, I just didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
Jessica says, "I never want to be famous, well respected, but never famous."
Amen.
And I completely agree with that. Drew Dragon 20 wants to know what blueberries taste like. They are deadly allergic.
Oh, I'm so sorry you're allergic. Oh, well, they're sweeter than a lot of other berries. They're really rich in flavor. When you say they're not really tart like blackberries and raspberries tend to be. They usually, if they're ripe enough, they have a nice sweet, rich flavor. They go really well with dark chocolate. I mean, and I don't like dark chocolate, but I love dark chocolate covered blueberries. Blueberries are good things.
Lifting Spirits Jules says,
Hi.
yes, me too. Amanda Blind says, I completely agree. Yes, no celebrity status for me.
Mm-hmm.
And she also says, I'm the same way. Love being at home, but will socially sprint once in a while.
Social sprinters unite once every blue moon. What was the line from Doctor Who in the David Tennant years? It was hermit convention. Every 10 years we meet and swap stories about caves.
I don't know, but I do know there was this one quote that I saw on a video on YouTube that was, introverts unite separately in your own homes.
Amen to that. That's why TikTok works so well for introverts. You know that? And even Zoom and stuff like that, because we're able to connect with people on a deeper level, vocally, visually, for those of us who can see, or those, a level that's not just text level, anonymous person behind a keyboard. We're able to connect in a way that gives us that sense of being with people, yet not actually having to be with people, and getting to end it whenever we feel like it. So here's to TikTok and Zoom and Messenger video chat and FaceTiming and all of those things that allow me to connect with people but not have to be with people.
Amanda Blind said, oh wow, you explained that so well, now I want dark chocolate, lol. Yes, and love TikTok for exactly that reason. Yes, you always have a way with words.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I just trip over my own words and my tongue is just stuck in my mouth.
I feel that way too, mainly because I feel like there's a swarm of bees in my head all the time.
That must be uncomfortable.
I just have
different people in my head.
It's what I akin my thoughts to. Sometimes they're calm, sometimes they dance to communicate where the dopamine is.
Yeah, dopamine. Let's hear it. I'm going to drink to dopamine. Dopamine and alcohol. Oh, that's nice. See, next I'm going to do the blueberry one. All right, my turn to ask it. If you want to ask a question yourself of me or of Emily or just the whole room in general, feel free to ask.
Oh, Druid Dragon 20 just became a top 1 viewer.
Hey, that's awesome. That is cool. All right, you ready?
That must be uncomfortable. See, your words are the best, says Amanda Blind.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it easy to ask for help?
Yes.
Well, that's good. I do not.
I didn't used to, but then I was like, well, if no one else is going to ask for it, so I might as well.
This is also a generational thing, because Emily is kind of on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z. She'll be, what will you be, 25 this year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's
I know
considered
your mother,
a Zennial.
Yeah, you're a Zennial. And I am a firmly planted Gen Xer. And I'm 48. I'll be 49 on October 1st. Oh, yes, today's my half birthday. I'm 48 and a half. But Gen Xers in general, we really suck at asking for help. And I think part of it is because we were raised in a way that was so just go take care of yourself.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, Justin. That's my cousin, Justin. But Gen Xers, most of us we either were raised by single parents or by families where both parents had to work for the first time and there was no child care at that point in time. It just wasn't a thing, except maybe a babysitter every now and then. And we were told, I had to, for example, I was 10 years old when I had to get myself up, make breakfast, get my 4-year-old sister up, get her ready for preschool, make sure all of the lunches were ready, make sure breakfast was had, make sure any medications, if anybody was sick or something, Those had to be taken. I had to get her on the bus, get her to school, get myself to school. And I was 10, that's a lot of responsibility. And we frequently came home and made sure we had to do our own homework. I wasn't very good at that part. You locked the door. You didn't talk to anybody ever. You didn't answer the door,
Amanda Blind says, no, I cannot ask for help unless I absolutely have to. I try to be so independent. Yeah. One friendship said, no, I detest asking for help because I too am a Gen X.
Yeah, exactly. We know and we were just automatically had to figure out how to take care of ourselves and everybody else.
And Druid Dragon 20 says, depends on what. Mental stuff, no, absolutely not. Physical tasks, yes, I can ask for help.
I'm getting better about it, but I am so hyper independent about a lot of things. But I am getting better about it because there are some things now I just can't do by myself. Like physically. As I age...
You are stubborn, Justin.
Yes, Justin is very stubborn. But as I age, and I've had to ask you and Jessica for help sometimes. When we're sick or... Because I have a hard time getting up and down the basement stairs.
Justin has 19 roses.
So, thank you, Justin. Oh my gosh. And thank you. Anybody who's been sending gifts or anything, thank you. You make sure you let me know when that happens.
I will.
But thank you. Yeah, asking for help for Gen Xers, and also I think as a blind person who doesn't want to be seen as someone who can't do things. Nothing pisses me off more than people who assume what I am or am not capable of based on what they think they know about my physical disability.
Do you want some crab dip?
Yes. I thought you were going to say, do you want some crap?
Yes, you want some crap?
I'll give you some crap. Anybody else have an answer for that question? How are you at asking for help?
Jessica says, you guys are helping me now with the baby.
That's more of a privilege for us too.
Yeah, I love that
grandparents'
baby.
privilege.
And auntie.
That baby, our whole family, our lives just revolve around Jessica's baby, around my grandbaby.
And I am her Auntie M. Yes, like Wizard of Oz.
And my sister's baby, Lila.
Oh yes, Lila. Oh my gosh, she just gets cuter with every day.
We didn't have any babies in the family for 23 years, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, 2 babies in less than a year, and it's awesome. It's so much fun.
Oh yes, it is.
All right.
Meta Blind says, "Aw, baby love."
Baby love, yes. Okay, not shuffle. Pick a random question.
What's the best thing about coming home?
The best thing about coming home? Oh, getting to sleep in my own bed again. After I've been gone for a while, I can't sleep anywhere else. I just can't. Not well anyway. I mean, I sleep, but I like to sleep in my own bed, and I like having my own space that is my little corner of the world. My room, specifically, is my safe space.
If I like Wizard of Oz, have I ever seen Dark Side of the Rainbow? I have not.
Oh, I haven't either. I want to know more.
Amanda Blind says, that I'm home and not around people.
Amen!
Yes.
I think Amanda and I may have been separated at birth.
My thing is, I go to work every day and I get to come home every day. My thing with coming home every day is I get a sense of stability that I don't usually have when I'm out and around with other people.
That makes sense.
My room is my safe place and sleep is my coping mechanism.
You sound like somebody I know. Oh, wait, it's me. I don't sleep as well as I used to because that's just what getting older does to you. I'm at the age now where I injure myself sleeping.
Oh, I've been doing that my whole life.
It's crazy though. You'd think the one thing that you should be safe doing is taking a nap. Yeah. And I wake up and go, oh no, soft tissue injury.
Justin goes, you sleep? And Amanda Blind says, same, my room is my safe place.
Oh. I try to sleep. Can you hand me the blueberry wine, please?
Yeah.
Actually, could you open that? I greatly appreciate it.
If it'll open and stop twisting.
Are your hands...
No, it's just not
slippery?
opening.
Here, I'll get it.
Check it out. For you.
Check it out. You loosened it for me.
No, I didn't. I'm just not...
Okay, this is
I don't
the
have good
sweet
grip.
blueberry wine, guys. And again, this is cheap Aldi wine.
Oh, Justin said he's coming over tomorrow.
Yes, it's WrestleMania, remember?
I know, I just didn't know he was coming yet.
We're wrestling fans.
Big time wrestling fans. Oh, quick, favorite wrestler. Favorite all-time wrestler.
All-time favorite wrestler? Oh my God. That's a tough one. Why are you asking me something so hard?
Mine is Undertaker.
I'm going to go with Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
And Justin says Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold. I knew that, Justin. I knew that'd be Stone Cold. Yep.
See, I would have thought he would have said Becky Lynch. Because he has a huge crush on her.
Oh, that's a good point. And Lita is my other favorite all-time wrestler. My favorite women's wrestler, Lita. Yeah, Justin has a thing for Becky Lynch.
Well, Jessica, I will tell you this one thing. This sickness only seems to last for less than 24 hours. At least it did for me. I think it's just food poisoning.
It's not fun for you guys, whatever it is. And so far, Mike and I have been free of the sickness. We're not down with the sickness. Okay, let's get to another question. Okay.
Oh, Asuka. Jessica says Asuka.
Oh, yeah, I love Asuka. So, see, somebody once called me a walking enigma because they couldn't figure out why. Well, like, for example, I'm a classically trained singer, but I'm also into professional wrestling. They're like, I don't understand you. And they also called me it was Lori. She called me an enigma and a walking contradiction. Are you good at your job? I'm going to let you answer this first.
I am good at my job.
You are good at your job.
I do the job of 2 people every day. I cook for 73 people, plus doubles, plus seconds.
And what else do you do?
And I clean, and I do my paperwork.
Oh, you manage the kitchen, yes.
I manage the kitchen.
You have to do inventory and all that stuff.
I have to do inventory once a week, but still, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. And I'm usually pretty drained at the end of the day.
You know what's cool about it, though? You don't have to work with anybody else most of the time in your kitchen. It's just
no. And I love the kids.
Oh, I bet they love you, too.
Oh, yeah, they get so excited when they see me.
Well, my job, I don't really have a job. I'm a singer, and I sing when and where I'm needed, and I get paid to do that. And yes, I'm good at it. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm a person who believes that if you are good at something.
Oh, Druid Dragon 20 sent a train.
Thank you, Druid. Druid Dragon 20. I'm just going to call you Druid, okay? Because it's long. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm a singer, and I'm a person who believes that if you are good at something, you should know it and then live up to it. I don't think I'm better than everybody else. I think there are a million singers out there. Oh, thank you. I think there are lots of singers out there who are better than I am, but I'm good at what I do. So, and I'm not right now, I'm not reading right now, but I'm also a professional psychic. I'm on a hiatus during the chaotic things that are COVID and war and famine and all the craziness right now is just overwhelming. But I'm also very good at that. I'm extremely good at it. And the jobs that I've had, as far as actual employment jobs, I've been very good at it. I was assistant speech and debate coach for Belton High School for a few years, and I was quite good at that. What's up?
Justin says I pretty much have to do everything at work and get yelled at for it. And
that ain't right.
That is not right. No. And then Jessica says, I think I'm good at my job. I'm still learning, but I really do think I'm good at it.
Do we want to tell them what Jessica does? Or she's working at?
She currently works at... Is it a high school?
Yeah. She's currently student teaching. She's getting her Master of Arts in teaching with an emphasis on speech and theater. She's also currently is the assistant speech and debate coach at Belton High School, where I was your guys' assistant speech and debate coach.
Yes, she was.
So she's getting ready to graduate May 6th, actually. And yeah, Jessica, you're very good at your job.
Uh-oh, Jessica says she's stolen your job.
I haven't been there for a while, so.
Druid says, you guys are helping me calm down from a panic attack. Thank you for being so chill.
I am so glad, and I'm thankful that you're here with us. I really am. And I'm glad we can help you calm down. We're pretty mellow people. I mean, we have our moments.
Especially have my moments.
Oh, you're not any worse than I am. We all have our moments. Everybody does. I have a panic disorder, and so does Jessica.
And me.
Yeah, well, yeah, you did. Were you diagnosed with panic disorder?
No, but one of my medications is also acts as an anxiety medication.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But, well, you are on the spectrum.
I just
So that kind of makes you live in a constant state of anxiety.
Yeah, that's why I could akin my thoughts to bees.
That makes sense. Yeah, I have my official diagnoses, plural, are obsessive compulsive disorder. That's a really fun anxiety disorder, she said sarcastically.
Justin sent an arcade game.
Thank you, Justin. Ooh, good. I want to play. I'll tell an arcade game story in a little bit.
You know what we should do sometime?
What?
We should get Super Mario Party for my Switch, and I should bring it over and we should play.
That's a good idea. Let me finish what I was saying. Okay. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I have generalized anxiety disorder. I have social anxiety disorder. I have post-traumatic stress and panic disorder. So it's really fun being me. No.
What I have.
So I drink a lot of wine. No, actually, no, I don't. I very rarely actually drink.
Yeah. And I very rarely drink, and when I do, I only have one glass of something.
Yeah, well, the medications that you're on really probably shouldn't be mixed with alcohol.
No, usually when I do drink, I cannot have taken my medicine that day. Because I have autism, I have ADHD, I have OCD, and I also have bipolar depression.
Yeah, I would think that alcohol wouldn't help at all. I would think not. But yeah.
Jess says she was going to type and list everything, but I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Druid said, me too, lol, extreme anxiety disorder. And is that DLD or DID?
Dissociative identity disorder would be DID.
They have alters and missing days.
Oh, wow. That I can't put myself empathetically in that situation because I've never been in that situation before. But I support you in whatever you're trying to do right now to help on your journey and in your path. And I'm sorry that you have to go through the things that you go through. I mean, I know that we all go through shit, but here's the deal. None of us can truly empathize with each other, but we can say, you know what, I can be there and support you.
Because everything's a spectrum. Everything affects everyone differently.
That is very true. Including blindness.
Mm-hmm.
And Amanda knows what I'm talking about. Blindness is a spectrum. For example, I'm legally blind, but my legal blindness will be completely different than another person's legal blindness. My legal blindness looks like no peripheral vision, very little central vision, double vision, so lack of depth perception, nystagmus movement, and when corrected, although I don't wear corrective lenses because they cause me other vision problems, but when corrected, my vision is 20/800 in one eye and 20/1200 in the other. When not corrected, it's 20/1200 and 20/1600. Oh. And that's what my legal blindness looks like. But for another person, it may look like no central vision, but lots of peripheral vision. And perhaps an acuity of around 20/400.
Jessica also says, don't forget insomnia. Did you ever get diagnosed with insomnia? Which you do have.
It wasn't an official diagnosis, but it kind of goes along with a lot of the other things.
Yeah, the insomnia may be caused by the anxiety disorders.
It probably is. It can also sometimes be caused by the medication they give you for anxiety disorders.
Yeah. I know that both me and my boyfriend are on the spectrum, and it affects us both in different ways. Now, we both are very empathetic of it, and we both understand each other very, very well, but I, for one, have problems not spending money, and he doesn't have that problem.
You have like an impulse control.
I have impulse control problems, but I'm a lot better with social cues than he is.
Well, then you guys can help each other out.
Yeah, we tend to be better at things the other person is worse at, so we end up helping each other. And I think that's a really good balance in our relationship.
I think it is too. And you got to find that in any relationship. You're looking for, and she says the quadruple Libra, you're looking for balance. You're looking for a person who has strengths where you have weaknesses and might have weaknesses where you have strengths, so that you can help complete each other in a way. And when you find that balance, a lot of times you're going to find it in somebody who's kind of your polar opposite in many ways.
He kind of is.
Yeah. Well, and my husband, Mike, who was here with us a couple weeks ago, he's in the other room. He is my polar opposite. He's the strong and silent guy. He's the Rock of Gibraltar. The man is stable like you wouldn't believe stable could be, and has the patience of Job. And my energy is...
Oh, Christy Khan says hi.
Hi, Christy. How are you?
And she also says, hubby and I balance each other out pretty well. However, he is a Scorpio and I am a Taurus, lol.
That works perfectly because they're opposing sun signs. I'm a Libra. My husband's an Aries, opposing sun signs. It happens a lot. Now, granted, in your as far as your charts go, you have many signs, many planets, many houses. But when it comes to sun signs, you find a lot of relationships where people have opposite sun signs. Because it just creates a nice balance.
Me and Alan are Cancer and Aquarius.
Yeah, that's just odd.
I know.
Because Cancer is a cardinal water sign and Aquarius is a fixed air sign. So you definitely wear the pants in that relationship.
I do. I'm the one who gets him out of the house, and I'm an introvert.
And you should wear the pants in that relationship.
Druid says, lol, social cues. I had to be taught how to read body language. I did too. I also had to be taught empathy.
That happens frequently with people on the spectrum, not all the time. But a good way to teach empathy is to say, okay, like for example, if a child hits another child, let's just use that for an example.
A lot of kids have to be taught that.
They do have you. All right. Would you like it if someone hit you? You can ask them these questions because they can put themselves in that situation. Do you like it? Would you like it if somebody hit you? No. How would it make you feel if someone hit you? And they can delve into their own feelings. And then you can take that situation and say, okay, you just hit so-and-so. They are feeling all the things that you would be feeling. And that's a really good way to... It's not true empathy. It's kind of a faux empathy, but it works.
Yeah, but I've gotten to the point where I actually experience empathy now.
Yeah, I think that... Well... And a lot of that actually comes from the bullying you experienced as a child.
Oh, I was bullied. I'm still bullied.
I was bullied and occasionally still am. But I have a tendency to get mad and pull Will Smiths on people occasionally.
Oh my gosh, you cursed someone.
Oh, I've cursed more than one person. I do.
No, the only story I really know is the one at the hospital.
We're not going to go into that.
And we're not going to go into that at this point in time.
Let's just say that person still has a perpetual yeast infection.
All right, let's get back to the question. Oh, Raina's up.
Oh, Grandpa, will you take care of Raina? She's crying. Oh, Emmy, will you go take care of
Grandpa, take over the comments.
Come on over, Grandpa. I'll do this for a moment. Hi, guys. Bring the baby to Grandpa. Bring the baby to Grandpa. Poor Raina. She woke up and nobody was there. And she got scared. Poor baby. It's okay, sunshine. Sorry, guys. We'll be with you in a minute. Gotta take care of the baby. Hi, sunshine. It's okay. Precious girl. All right. This is a question... This is a tough one, and I think a lot of people are going to find this emotionally maybe a little difficult. I'm not going to have too much of a problem with this, but only because I'm the age I am and I've been through what I have.
Myself, Ma.
What?
I'm just going to have to hold her myself.
Okay. Is he busy?
He's busy playing magic.
Okay, it's time to get off of there, honey. All right, so here's the question. Raina's going to join us. Here's the question, and this might be emotionally a difficult one. Are you kind to yourself?
Also, anyway, Jessica says, get better at modding and read the comments as they pop up.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
That's hard for me to do, Jessica, especially when someone else is talking and I don't want to interrupt.
It's okay to hold up a finger.
I try.
Are you kind to yourself?
Oh, Raina. It depends on the situation, says Justin, and I agree with that. A lot of times, I'm not kind to myself. I hold myself at very high standards. A lot higher than I hold other people.
Why do you do that? Okay, this isn't therapy. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't mean to make you bare your soul on live TikTok. I'm sorry.
I think it's because I feel like that's the expectation that's put on me. Because I need to conform to society and I can't really be myself.
I think your purple hair is very you.
Thank you.
And I love who you are. I am pretty damn kind to myself, actually. I haven't been in the past. But as I've aged, over the years, I've discovered that if I'm not kind to myself, other people are less likely to be.
Thank you. I love the purple hair too, Jessica.
Isn't it beautiful? I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I can't lean in right now, but...
I'm petting you. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just love it. I think it's gorgeous.
Got a baby right now.
But I think I'm pretty kind to myself most of the time.
Tiffany K says, as much as I should be, other times I am. Not as much as I should be, but other times I am.
Mm.
At least I assume that's what they mean to say, because it says out as much as I should be, other times I am.
Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, I think you're right. That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a hard time with the self-love and the self-kindness, and I think it's from being taught, a lot of us were taught that we should put everybody else before us. And you want to know what? That's bullshit. It's okay to put other people on the same level as you, but I like the analogy of being on an airplane.
Oh, careful, your plate's falling off.
It is, isn't it? I like the airplane analogy, where the stewardess comes on and shows you how, if the oxygen mask falls from above, you put your mask on before you help the person next to you, even if they're a child. And the whole thing behind that is, if you run out of oxygen, you can't help anybody. Right. But it's the same thing with self-love. If you aren't kind to yourself, loving to yourself, taking care of yourself the way you need to, you don't have what you need for everybody else.
Christy Kahn says, I feel like society has put so much pressure on women to be a certain way and expect so much. Jessica says, I like the water pitcher analogy. And Jane.North says, Miss Cleo, darling, he's the daddy.
Give me just a moment. I am no Miss Cleo. I put Miss Cleo to shame.
I don't know who Miss Cleo is.
Miss Cleo was a commercial for a tarot reading 1-900 number back in the 80s and 90s.
You put that to shame.
I put all of that to shame.
Everything you've ever read has come true.
Well, not everything.
Not everything.
Because I'm not omniscient. I'm not God or goddess, or I am not divinity incarnate.
No, but a lot of things you've predicted have come true.
Yeah, but that's not the point of being a good reader.
I know. I'm just saying, though. You're really
Here's
good.
The thing about reading. And now since we're on to the topic of tarot and psychics and all of that, here's the deal. What I see and what I tell people doesn't have to be the way it is. I hate it when somebody comes back to me and goes, oh, that man was so horrible. You said he would be. I'm like, I told you that to warn you. And I tell people that ahead of time. Look, you are in charge of your own choices. You have choices. Life is not just handed to you on a silver platter. There's no true thing as destiny. That ain't how it works. No, we can't necessarily help the cards that we're dealt in life, but we are the ones that choose how to play them. Life is a lot like poker. I wish I was better at poker. That's also one of the reasons people don't read well for themselves. Because you get too close to the situation and you see things the way you want to see them instead of how they are. It's very hard to be objective when you're reading for yourself or somebody close to you.
Druid says, my grandma reads cards, hands, and crystals too.
I love your grandma.
And Jessica says, the future changes. It's all about the choices you make.
Yes, it is. It is about the choices.
The future is never definite.
Nothing is definite, except for the fact that we are all going to die someday. Ain't none of us getting out of this alive.
The only thing we all have in common is that we're all born and we all die.
That's true.
And that we all feel fear.
Well, and we all have hopes and dreams. And we all want to be loved. We have those basic human things in common. But as far as our life experiences go, we're all born and we all die.
Look at this.
Has anyone out there ever read the book All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten?
And Taxes.
By Robert Fulghum.
Death and Taxes.
Death und Taxes. Yeah, you don't have to pay taxes. You could go to prison.
Chrissy asks how much are the readings today?
He wants you to read Chris's comments.
I'm trying.
She's having a hard time keeping up.
Christy says, how much are the readings today?
I'm not giving any readings today, but thank you.
What was the one before that? Also says, what are you drinking there, sweetheart?
Oh, right now I'm drinking pineapple wine. I started with
nothing is certain.
Watermelon wine, then sweet blueberry wine, and now I'm on to pineapple wine. And eventually I'm going to be on to shots of spiced rum.
I'm not going to get every single comment that comes through, Mike.
You're trying.
I'm trying, but it's
at least he's on. He's helping.
Yeah. Drew Dragon says nothing is certain except death and taxes.
Death and taxes. They did anybody remember Mystery Science Theater 3000? Like the original one? Back on Comedy Central when it first started. Because they did a whole death and taxes thing with B movies, bad commentary.
Look at this baby.
Too fun. All right, let's do another question. Anybody have any questions for me out there that are not psychic related? Because I'm currently not.
Oh my god,
readings.
watermelon wine sounds so good.
Oh, it is. I think the blueberry's my favorite, but the watermelon's really good.
And snap lol.
Oh snap lol. Go ahead.
Snap lol. Well, there's an LO lol.
That's okay.
It says, I love that show.
No, that show was awesome. Oh, I need to watch this.
And Druid says, I like your hat.
Thank you. This is actually scarves. I wrap my hair as part of my pagan faith. I'm a follower of Hestia. Also to help with my anxiety. Also because I've lost a lot of hair due to fibromyalgia and a very near-death case of COVID in 2020. And it hasn't all come back. So multiple reasons: medical, spiritual, personal, religious. But thank you so much. There's actually 2 different scarves here. And a shaper underneath. So that's where the poofiness comes from. Because I actually I have such short hair, I almost have no hair. All right, here's a good question.
How long is this going till?
Whenever we want it to.
Okay, I was just wondering.
What do most people not know about you? Oh my God, what do most people not know about me? I don't know what most people don't not know about me.
I'm pretty much an open book.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
There's got to be something.
Okay, a lot of people don't know that, close family does, but I was molested as a child. 9 years old. I had sexual advances from people as young as 6 years old, but I was molested by an older family member at the age of 9.
Oh, Druid Dragon says, don't worry about losing it. Bald is beautiful.
Thank you. Well, I'm not worried about losing it, but this is very much a part of who I am. I love my rapping. It's very much a form of self-expression as well. I feel more me now than I ever have. And it really does help with my anxiety. Amazingly. It has quelled my anxiety so much since I started rapping. Jessica actually is the one, my other daughter, who got me into wrapping my hair in the first place. And I started rapping in early October of last year. But I can't tell you how much more functional I am now, and how much more at ease with myself I am. It's amazing. Oh, little pumpkin.
She's so tired.
She is tired. So, do you have anything that most people don't know about you?
I'm thinking. Jessica goes, Tori!
Hi, Tori! Hi, Tori!
Hi, Tori.
Well, you're pretty much an open book for most people.
I'm pretty much an open book once they get to know me. I've learned to hold back with people I don't know.
I get that. All right, let's see.
How's that game going, Grandpa?
All right, here's a good question. Oh, go ahead.
Tiffany says, what I told you this afternoon is what a lot of people don't know about me.
Oh, yes. I'll keep that between us, and thank you for sharing that in confidence.
Druid says, most people don't know about my altars, I guess. Not sure why I trust you guys, but I do. Aww.
Well, thank you for trusting us. Oh, we're not going to judge you.
No, we're not.
Oh, any of you. Sorry, I had to make the joke. It was terrible. I know. I'm a bad Nikki.
I think what a lot of people don't know about me is that, until I told it this today, is that I'm a lot harder on myself than I am on other people. Is that I constantly have doubts on myself, and I'm harder on myself when things go badly.
Yeah, because when you first meet Emily, she's so energetic and happy-go-lucky, and I gotta say, you're one of the bravest people I've ever met. When she was 14, she was going to a dance with a boy for the first time. It was homecoming, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was a boy I actually really liked.
Yeah, and he ditched her at the dance for some other girl. And so instead of crying in the bathroom, which is what I would have done all night, she went up to another boy and asked if he would be her date for the evening instead.
My backup date.
Her backup date.
We took pictures and had a lot of fun, and he ended up actually being one of my bullies.
Yeah, but he wasn't at that point.
He wasn't
and maybe
at that
he regrets that now.
I think what had happened is, because this happened with a lot of people who were once my friends and then turned into my bullies, is there was one of my bullies who would bully my friends for just being my friends.
That does happen. That happened to me a lot too.
It's Tori. It says, most people don't know that I have started delving into more metaphysical things, and I'm really loving the journey it's taking me on.
Welcome to the metaphysical family, Tori.
Welcome, Tori.
I love you, Tori.
Oh, Drew says, be right back, AFK.
Okay. All right, here's a good question. Simple question, but kind of hard. Can people change?
They can't change if they don't want to. I think that people can change if they want to change, but it's mostly on them to change. You can only help them so far.
I think I agree with you on that. I do think people can change, but it's completely on them. And I know for a fact you can't help anyone who doesn't want help, and you can't change anyone, period.
No. You can help them along with a little bit of encouragement. You still have pineapple wine.
Oh, I do? Oh, damn. I thought I was done. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I know for a fact that there are people who do not want to have help, so if they tell you they want to change, you have to tell them that I am willing to help, but you have to take the first step. You have to do it yourself. Yeah.
Because if you try to do all the work on that, well, first of all, they don't change because it has to come from within. Secondly, you end up in a codependent relationship, and that's really bad.
Glitter Rain says only if they want. Tiffany says it depends on the attitude to life. Tori says people can change behaviors if they are willing to.
I think we're all pretty much on the same page on that one.
And she also says I love you guys too.
I think we're all pretty much on the same page as far as the change thing goes. And I have been witness to far too many people in my life trying to fix somebody else. And not all the time, but frequently it's been women trying to fix their messed up straight cis male significant others.
Oh, the greatest Grant is asking, curious what caused your blindness? Off topic, so I understand if you don't want to discuss right now.
That's
I have
perfectly
retinitis pigmentosa.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've actually know a few people that I met at Blind Focus with retinitis pigmentosa. I have albinism. I have what's called OCA1A. That is a complete lack of melanin in my hair, my skin, and most importantly, my eyes.
Lily West also says hello from Alabama.
Hi. I love Alabama. I've been there a couple of times. Not much, but it was a great state to visit.
Yeah, anyway, back to the blindness.
Oh, back to the blindness. Back to the blindness. Like I ever left it. But yeah, I have albinism. I'm an albino. And the lack of pigment in the retina of the eye it's recessive. It's a hereditary condition. It's autosomal recessive. And so there's no ability to produce melanin right off the bat from conception. So because of that, the eye doesn't even form properly. There's no macula, fovea. There's very few cones in the eye. The optic nerve doesn't ever develop correctly. It's all misrouted and miscommunicating with the brain. And so you'll also find amongst people with albinism, just like anybody else on any type of blindness spectrum, that we have varying degrees of severity of vision loss. I hate the term vision loss for people that were already, because I've never lost any vision. I've always been legally blind from birth. But so for me, I don't like the term vision loss because it's like I would have had it and it went away, you know.
Glitter Rain also says that used to be her. She would try to fix her ex constantly, but then she found someone who was good to begin with.
I am so glad you found the right person for you. I found the right person for me too. He's in there. And he's my soulmate. And we both have our issues because everybody does, and you're not going to find somebody who's perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect person. We all know that, right? No. But it's when we realize that when you get into a relationship, you got to be whole on your own, and they have to be whole on their own. A relationship where people need each other is not a good relationship. But a relationship where people want to be together. I'm okay, you're okay, but we're even better together. Mm-hmm. That's the best kind of relationship. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but most of those relationships start out as friendships.
Mm-hmm. That's how mine would start.
Isn't that just cool?
Mm-hmm. Tiffany says hers is at work.
Oh, I hope they are having a good day at work.
Or at least a tolerable one.
Yes, But let's go back to the blindness for a minute. There are several different types of albinism. There's OCA 1, 2, 3, 4. There's ocular albinism. People with ocular albinism, it only affects their eyes. So they have normal pigmentation in their hair and skin. The other types of albinism, other than OCA 1A, there is some degree of melanin production, usually at some point throughout their life. But one thing that all people with every type of albinism have in common is vision problems. Because you have to have melanin in the retina of the eye for the eye to develop correctly in utero. So there you have it. Me and my albinism.
The greatest Grant said, thank you so very much for talking to me about your condition.
You
love learning about other forms of blindness.
Thank you. And I'd love to know more about retinitis pigmentosa sometime if you have a moment. DM me. I'm really interested. I mean, I don't know everything about all types of blindness at all. I just know about me. You know, I know about me and my road and my path. That's what I know. But I do have a few friends that I met in a program called Blind Focus that used to be here in Kansas City. It was a program that trained older, like teenagers and adults, who were either going blind or were already blind to live independently. Unfortunately, the program doesn't exist anymore. Good night, Jessica. Doesn't exist anymore. I wish that it did because it was an amazing program. I learned so much. I got a lot of orientation and mobility training. I learned how to use public transportation. I learned a little bit about reading Braille, although I've forgotten all of that I learned. I learned a lot about how to function in my everyday life with cooking, with cleaning, doing laundry, all of those kinds of things that I just didn't know. My mom and nobody in my family was visually impaired, so nobody really knew how to approach teaching me those things, and I was mainstreamed in public school my whole life, which had its advantages and its disadvantages. Unfortunately, the Missouri School for the Blind wouldn't accept me because, are you ready for this? My IQ was too high. Apparently, they only took visually impaired students with below average IQs. Apparently, blind people with average or above average IQs weren't worth the type of education that blind people actually need to function in society. Oh, is she asleep?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. But yeah, they turned me down because I have an IQ of 149. And they're like, no, we can't. We have no place for her because she's too smart.
Okay, Tiffany says, I was part of Starlight where I live and when I was 16 and up. Are you in Kansas City?
Really? Oh my gosh.
The only Starlight I know is
Oh no, I think she may be talking about a program.
Oh, okay. I was like, Starlight?
Tell me
City?
more, Tiffany. Tell me more.
We are waiting on response. In the meantime, we shall do another question.
All right, go ahead. You pick this time since you don't have to hold the baby right now.
Yep.
We have the baby because Jessica is so horribly sick.
What useless talent do you possess?
I wish I could show this to them. I don't have any pin flashlights. Because I have albinism and don't have any pigment, when I hold pin flashlights to the sides of my eyes, my entire eyeballs glow bright red. It's the coolest and freakiest and weirdest looking thing in the world. It's a useless talent.
The greatest Grant said, in brief, RP is the opposite. Too much pigmentation in the retina and rod cone degeneration too.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I did not know what it was exactly. Thank you very much for that information.
My useless talent is I can move my eyes independently of each other.
Mine just do that naturally.
No, on purpose. Like, I can move them independently. It hurts a little bit, but...
Oh, we'll show them.
I'd have to get near the camera.
You can do it.
It's weird.
That's kind of awesome.
I taught myself to do that.
Your sister can write with both hands at the same time.
That is true. She is self-taught ambidextrous.
Any more comments?
Not yet. Chrissy said, you can be a cartoon!
Totally.
Both of us could.
Totally.
I would love to be a cartoon.
That's definitely right up your alley.
I would be an anime character is what I would be.
What time is it, Em? Do you know?
It is currently 9:03.
All right, let's do a couple more and then we'll get going so that Emily can go home and get some sleep. All right.
Yeah, I got chores tomorrow.
What is your greatest victory? This is a tough one.
That is a tough one.
I want a shot. While you're at it, will you give me a shot? It's getting late for our conversation, so I want a shot. Yes!
Shot.
Shot.
Here you go.
Thank you. Cheers.
Smells weird.
Oh, yeah. Whoo! Whoo! Spice rum. Whoo, that's good, but wow.
Greatest victory. It's been a long time ago, but I won conference in storytelling.
I think it means in life.
Oh, in life?
But that is a really cool. I won conference in dramatic interpretation, so yay, conference
Probably
champions.
my greatest victory in life is getting to be an Auntie M.
Oh.
I love my niece so much.
My greatest victory in life. Okay, guys, I'm going to spill my soul to you again. You guys are great therapists, by the way. My greatest victory in life is, how do I put this? Is being able to live through the death of my son. When I was 20 years old and almost 8.5 months pregnant with my first child, I was only married for about a year. I had undiagnosed preeclampsia, which is also called pregnancy-induced hypertension or high blood pressure. And it wasn't diagnosed by my doctor. And so my placenta separated from the uterus, cutting off my son's oxygen supply, who was a full-term baby. At 38 weeks, you're full-term, and almost killing me, and he died. He was 9 pounds and 4 ounces of a gorgeous baby boy. His name was Douglas Carter Dolan. And I made it through that. I lived through that literally, physically, emotionally. He would be turning a little after your birthday. He would be 28 years old this year. Mm-hmm. It was 1994. I then had your sister, and I had you. Mm-hmm. And you are my rainbow babies. And I miss him still every day. Almost 28 years, and I miss him every day.
Tiffany says she doesn't really know how to describe it. She'll send a message once she figures it out.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Greatest Grant said, greatest victory, passing my accounting class. Seems ridiculous, but I thought I was going to die.
I think that is an excellent victory.
Tori says, greatest victory, overcoming severe anxieties and starting my healing journey.
Yes,
also
Tori.
Marrying her husband.
Yes, and belated congratulations.
Yes, very belated congratulations. And Greatest Grant said, that is a beautiful name. So strong, Mama.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
And Tiffany says she is in college right now.
You're kicking butt, Tiffany. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, kick butt. As someone who didn't make it through college, kick butt for me.
I didn't either. I dropped out and got my MRS degree.
What's an MRS degree?
Mrs. 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 I got married.
I was taking you literally.
I was going to go back to school, but then I got pregnant with your brother and I got horribly sick. I had a condition with all 3 pregnancies called hyperemesis gravidarum, where you vomit constantly. And I vomited through my entire pregnancy with all 3 full-term pregnancies. Oy. I lost 36 pounds in 2 weeks with your brother.
Grant said to Tori, congratulations. Tori said it's okay. We didn't even notify the family until after the honeymoon.
Hey. Eloped. Ooh.
Grant asked, I'm just going to call him Grant.
Take a hint
now.
from Tori. Elope, Emily.
I'm just going to call the greatest Grant now Grant.
Okay.
Tiffany, what are you studying? And Tori to Grant said thank you.
I'm really proud of everybody here.
I am so proud of everybody.
I feel so proud of all of us. Okay, we
too.
deserve a happy dance. Happy dance. Okay, that was just weird. Okay, let's do one more.
Oh, Justin's thinking about going for his fire science degree.
You should do that, Justin. You would
that would be
great.
So you.
Not to mention the fact that you'd have more of an excuse to start fires.
Oh. Tiffany's becoming a special education teacher with disabilities of her own.
I really think you're amazing, Tiffany. I really think you're amazing. I think all of us are amazing, but that is awesome.
I really do think that there should be more special education teachers who themselves have disabilities.
I agree with that.
Because it is so important to have people who can empathize with those children.
I 100% agree, and I'll tell you why I agree. I had so much difficulty talking to and negotiating with your special education teachers.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I was growing up as a blind student, I was the first visually impaired student in my school district, and they had no idea what to do with me. In fact, my elementary school counselor told my parents, I didn't really think she was actually blind because she doesn't run into walls. And the special education department was not even utilized for me because I was a gifted student. So you had a physically disabled child, also neurodivergent child, although in the 80s nobody knew that, and a gifted child. If anybody qualified for special education services, it was me. And I did have an IEP, but it really wasn't much of anything. It was just, here, have some large print books and a closed circuit television. I could really have used some of the resources that were at your disposal, like a resource room, and possibly even a communication group. You remember that group that you did?
Oh, my speech therapy group.
Yes. Where you did social situations. Because here's something interesting. Growing up blind, I don't know how to read social cues at all because I can't see people, and social cues are a visual thing.
Justin says hi, Mike.
Mike, Justin said hi.
Also, Grant, I love your happy dance.
Yes.
And don't worry about the ADHD medications wearing off. I currently don't have any ADHD medications.
She's living on coffee.
And tea.
Yeah. Coffee is a mild psychostimulant and actually can be used to help curb ADHD slightly. Just slightly. Things that I know.
Tiffany had one teacher saying that she could not be blind because she could see sometimes, and the other times you must.
I have had teachers. Oh my God, teachers. Tiffany, bless your heart, honey. What you're doing is a calling. I just want you to know that, first of all. Secondly, I had teachers who thought that my handwriting was too nice for someone who was visually impaired.
And
so
Kimberly West says she was the first legally blind student at her public school in the 70s.
So you too. Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, it sucks to be the trailblazer. It sucks. All of the visually impaired students that came after me in my district benefited from the screw-ups that my district made when I was there. And
Tori's playing Stardew Valley currently, which is a lot like how do I attend that to? It's like a farming game.
Oh, cool.
The Grant says, my professor told me he was going to treat me like everyone else, no accommodations because I don't look blind.
Okay, so I'm ready to go Will Smith on some of these people again, and that includes your professor. Okay, I'm gonna go all Will Smith on him.
I'll join her.
Uh-huh.
Tiffany says, I have a lot of things I want to do, and you can do it.
Yes, you can. Finish her sentence. Is that all she said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Tiffany, I want you to think of yourself as a juggernaut. Okay? Nothing can stand in your way, and if it tries to, you just run frickin' right over it. Because you are amazing. All of you guys, all of us, we're amazing human beings. No matter what it is we're overcoming or have overcome, we are, can't say the F word, we are, because TikTok will ban me or something, we are effing incredible.
Oh, yeah.
We are. I need another shot.
Grant says, literally, what?
Yeah.
That's like people telling me I don't look autistic. Like,
I'm
what
trying
is
to figure
autism
out-
supposed to look
Well, and
like?
what is blind supposed to look like? I mean, first of all, since it can't look...
Kimberly West says she's going to do a series on her public school days.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That would be amazing.
Okay, guys, cheers to all of us
Cheers.
for everything we have overcome and are overcoming. If you have a drink, raise your glass.
I'm out of drink, otherwise I'd red my glass.
You have a little bit of wine if you want.
I'll try a little
Here,
bit of water.
have a little bit of the watermelon. It's very good. It's very sweet. And gentle.
I think I might like the blueberry better, but I do like that. It burns a little, though.
It's got a little bit of a carbonation to it.
It does have a little bit of a carbonation to it. That's probably why it burns a little.
Oh, I feel nice and slightly intoxicated. It feels wonderful.
Christy says, cheers.
Cheers, my dear.
Also, Grant told Tiffany, put your mind to it and go.
You know what? I still want to keep going. Do you guys want to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna.
Well, I'm asking them. Oh. I'm gonna let them weigh in.
Ah, yes. Let's let them weigh in.
And we want to keep going a little bit longer. There's a lag, you know.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Grant says, love hanging out.
I love hanging out with you guys too. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. And Drew did go AFK for a little bit.
Oh, I know. All right. Are you ready?
Chrissy says, yes, let's keep going.
Considering most of us have anxiety disorders, what do you do when you're nervous?
Bite my nails.
I do bite my nails. Check them out. Although I will say something. Part of the reason I have such short nails is I can't see when I have fingernails. Mm-hmm. I use my tactile sense so much that fingernails make it hard for me to feel things.
I've bitten my nails so short.
When I'm nervous, I tend to rock back and forth a lot.
I do that too.
I bite my nails. I whack myself on the back of the head sometimes. I think I have autistic tendencies.
I think you do too, because you probably get that from me.
You probably get that from me.
No, but people who also have an autistic relative will take on their traits.
Yeah, but I was like that before you got here.
True. Maybe I get it from you. Maybe you have very mild autism.
I might. I do have a tendency to not sleep. I eat too much because I eat my feelings, as we can tell.
Same.
But if I want to deal with the nerve... Now, here's the funny thing, guys. I'm a performer. I don't have stage fright.
Neither do I.
I love being on stage. Other than my actual house, I feel at home when I'm in front of an audience. Maybe that's why I like TikTok.
Let's see here. Kimberly says I drink until I get relaxed.
Hallelujah.
Chrissy says I fidget. I also fidget. Grant says skin too. Picking. I pick up my skin too.
I've been known to do that.
Tori says she starts to twitch hard. Frenny Barto says, oh my god, you're finally alive. I love your videos.
I love you.
Tori says,
okay, here. Plug it in.
Plug it in,
it goes
plug
in the bottom.
it in.
I don't know how you're going to hold it like that.
I've got this. If I have to hold the phone, I will. Sorry, excuse my thumb. Hold on. Put the rum up there.
That's a brilliant idea. Okay, is everybody there still?
Yeah, everybody's there still.
Okay, so we're talking about what we're talking
about?
Anyway, be nervous.
Involuntary. Tori says I'm voluntary. Good restrict when super stressed too. Christy says she was a dancer and can perform in front of a crowd, but not in front of my mother in the living room.
Oh man. See, my mom was always my accompanist. I've been performing on stage since I was 22 months old.
Grant says not something I consciously do, but sweat.
I get that, but I sweat all the time anyway. I'm just too hot. And now I'm in perimenopause, so hot flashes are just like a constant thing for me. I sweat profusely. And you guys really wanted to know that, didn't you?
Tiffany says I call and talk to people to help them.
I'm drunk. Oh,
and wow, Kimberly says I've always played with my hair. When I had longer hair, it's one of the reasons I keep my hair so short. As I used to chew on my hair when I was nervous.
I remember that.
When it was like this long, I could get it to my mouth. That's why we started cutting my hair.
You know what? I did that when I was a little girl, and that was one of my anxiety behaviors when I was like in elementary school, probably up until about the age of 10. That's part of the reason my mom cut my hair.
Christy says, play with my hair and fidget, lol. Yeah. I'll run my fingers through my hair.
I have a question. Did anyone else spend a vast amount of time in elementary school with their desk out in the hallway because they were a disruption to the class, quote unquote.
Yes.
And I want to know how that actually helps. Because if a child is stuck in the hallway, how can they learn?
Well, I think it's supposed to calm them down.
You left me.
I'll be right there.
She left me.
I'm just grabbing something out of my purse.
You can bring your purse over here.
Okay.
I'm really drunk. Okay, so we're talking about being in the hallway. Did they say?
Tori's raising her hand.
Yep. See, Tori. Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the
Christy
cruelest
says,
things
"No
you can do.
way. Teachers called me an angel. Lol. My mom never believed it. Lol."
I wish I was an angel, but I was one of those she talks too much kids. Mainly talking to myself.
Oh yeah, I talk to myself all the time. Sometimes you need expert advice, and who's a better expert at yourself than you?
Well, and here's another thing. Okay, if any other visually impaired people want to weigh in on this, I myself am a very audio learner. I have been legally blind since birth. And I have to hear things to comprehend them. So, for example, I would read out loud in class. And that was considered a disruption. So they would stick me in the hallway. And one of my teachers stuck me in a closet.
I remember that. Did you tell me that?
So you weren't there. My mother came up to give me my lunch one day and found me shoved in a closet because I was a disruption to the class. And she called my father and my stepfather, and all three of them went immediately to the principal's office. Please watch.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Went immediately to the principal's office and had a big meeting. They said, "Do you realize that you have a blind child in a closet? If there is a fire, do you know that she's just going to be left there because of the panic and a natural panic in a situation like that?" And I was constantly removed from the classroom situation because my reading out loud to myself and things like that were a disruption. I was fortunate enough to be a gifted student with an IQ high enough that I just kind of figured everything out on my own.
Tori says, finally getting my shot. I had to dig for my shooter. Christy says, I have always been an audio learner. I retain things a lot better if spoken or heard.
Me as well. That's exactly the point of that whole thing. And I have my other audio learners out there, Christy, for example, do you have a very retentive memory for anything that you've heard? Because I never had to take notes in those like lecture test format classes. I just remembered it all and then aced the test.
Tiffany loves school. School made her so mad because depending on the teachers.
I can.
Franny Bartos says, I have shaken baby syndrome, so I also have been legally blind since birth.
I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm really sorry that happened to you. I want you to know that I am giving baby you a gentle hug. Mm-hmm. You are loved and you are precious.
Not sure if this is a typo, but Tiffany says, I was called uncle by a teacher that didn't even have a degree.
Uncle?
I think that part was a typo.
It might have been. I was like, were they as drunk as I am? Could you give me some blueberry wine, please?
Yeah, can I try a little bit of blueberry wine?
You most certainly may.
I may like that a little better since I love blueberry.
I am really I haven't been this drunk in years.
She retains more by listening.
See, it makes sense. It's very hard to be a visual learner when you can't see. Now, I do understand that people who lose their vision over time sometimes are more visual learners because they had vision when they were younger. But I'm very much an audio learner because I never had any vision to lose.
Oh, I love
or
that.
at least not much. And And I'm also a very kinesthetic learner, like hands-on. I'm really good at that too.
Druid's back.
Hi, Druid. We missed you.
Christy says, I only retain things that I like movie lines. I only have to watch the movie once.
Me too. Me too.
I've watched Nightmare Before Christmas so many times, I have the whole thing memorized by heart. Sounds like Kanto now.
You know what? And that's part of the reason why I do well in theater, which is I do community theater. I don't have the ability to transport myself to other theaters, so the community theater that I do is actually literally right behind my house. But I am always the first one off book. The very first one.
Except when God's favorite, it was me.
Well, you had less lines than I did.
I did have less lines, but I had the entire play memorized.
That's true. I did too, though. But yeah, and I memorize everything by either speaking it aloud or recording it and listening to it.
Did I have less lines than you?
Yeah, you did.
No,
overall.
I had more.
Because I had a lot in the third act and you hardly had any.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Why are we talking about
I don't know. Hands-on is the only way I retain anything long-term. Same here, Tori. Short-term is a bit varied. Yeah, my short-term memory isn't the best.
I do like to combine audio learning and kinesthetic hands-on learning. So like when I'm memorizing my lines, I usually go through the blocking at the same time, which is the movement in a play, the blocking, because I can both memorize it audially and through the movements. So it kind of combines the two. These are some fascinating conversations we're having tonight.
Thanks.
Or is it just because I'm drunk?
Could be both.
Could be. Okay, let's do one more question. I'm too drunk to read.
We already did these ones.
Okay, pick some different ones.
Well, here's an interesting one. Do you believe in life after death?
I believe in reincarnation, and I will tell you why. And make sure you're watching the comments.
I am.
Everything in the universe, if you think about it, is cyclical in nature. There is the water cycle. There is the cycle of a day. I'm really grandiose with my gestures. I'm so drunk. There is the cycle of a year. There's the carbon cycle. There's a woman's menstrual cycle. There is the cycle of a galaxy revolving around its center point. Everything is cyclical in nature. So why should life be the only thing that does not renew itself? The cycle of a soul.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Are you empathetically drunk?
No.
Because you sound like it.
I'm tired.
That's almost the same
Although
thing.
I was so tired at one point, I was drunk.
Watch the...
Nothing yet.
So what do you guys think? Do you think there's life after death?
It depends. I believe in reincarnation, but I believe in it to a point.
Okay.
I believe you keep getting reincarnated until you get it right.
Well, considering nobody's perfect.
No, until you get, like, not 100% perfect, but you get better each time you are reincarnated.
Okay, I can see. That almost goes with the theory of astrology in general, which is the signs are an evolution of the soul, beginning with Aries, which represents birth, Taurus, which represents the baby, and so on and so forth.
Let's see here. Druid believes every imaginable reality exists for real.
I can see that as well.
Tori believes I find so much comfort in the idea that my soul has a much longer journey than this short life.
Yes.
Franny says I believe in it, but more paranormal sense. I feel like not actual people remain around, like spirits and her presence, and their presence is what we experience. Tiffany says the husband and I are watching The Good Place right now.
I love that show. Oh my God, I love that show.
I like that show too.
That is hilarious, but yet it's so poignant. Have you seen the end of it yet, or are you just now, is this the first time you're watching through?
I don't know yet.
It's okay. We'll wait for the ants.
We are waiting for the ants.
Well, there's a lag. Don't forget. I hate the lag.
Well, the questions pop up at the same time. It's the video lag that's happening.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm so drunk. You know what? I'm so drunk, I may want to sing. Does anybody want to
Christy
hear me
says
sing?
that is such a good show, and the last couple of episodes on the last season are so great.
Oh, they are, and very poignant. What'd you say, Mike?
The last comment.
I didn't hear that.
Only in the first season.
Okay, you're gonna love it. It just keeps. Oh man, I'm drunk. It just keeps getting better.
Tori, they are wanting you to sing.
They want me to sing. Yes. Okay. Excuse my drunk singingness.
Robot Chicken.
Oh my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch. Oh, a long, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah. Lonely rivers sigh, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. Oh, a long, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? Oh, I need your love. That one was not good. Oh, I need your love. Godspeed your love to me, to me. Thank you. Thank you.
No comments yet. Oh, there was Christy clapping and said
thank
that was
you.
beautiful.
Thank you very much. It may not have been on key. I don't remember because
I think it sounded on key to me.
Intoxicated. Thank you.
Tori's clapping.
Thank you, Tori. Thank you all.
Or more like raising hands.
Woo! Okay.
Kimberly says, I get happy, smiley, sleepy. This has helped me not ever have a hangover.
Thank you. You know what's weird? I don't get hangovers, which is a problem. It's a problem because I don't know when to stop. That's why I very rarely drink.
Okay, Druid says, oh my god, blew me away.
Oh.
Smiley face surrounded by hearts ×3 and a brain explosion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had no idea if it was on key because I am so intoxicated right
key.
now. Thank you.
It sounded on key to me.
Okay, good. Thank you. She has a beautiful voice too. Both of my girls have beautiful. Actually, my whole family is a family of musicians. My mother is an incredible pianist and singer. She and my sister and I have sang together for years. Sometimes the girls sing with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very fortunate to have been raised in a family with so much creative expression.
Tori says, taking a shot to the music.
Thank you, Tori.
Druid said, no, oh my god, it was amazing. Tori says, love every one of your family. Love you too, Tori.
We love you
We
too,
miss you.
Tori. We miss you very much. It's really a blessing to get to know new people on here and have people that I've known for years. Tori is a close friend of both of my daughters and went to college with both of them.
Tiffany says, you don't have to do more videos so I can do it with you. Oh, I think she means you have to do more videos so I can do it with you.
I would love to sing with you. I would love to sing with you. That would be awesome. I'm gonna get going here soon because I'm telling you guys, I am seriously drunk. And it's probably at the point where I need to stop or I'm going to start saying things that are completely inappropriate. But I have loved tonight. Tonight has been so much fun.
It has been.
I don't think we've had the most viewers in the world, but who cares? We've had a ball. That's what really matters.
This was wonderful.
I feel like we've really all kind of connected. And next week we're going to do another live. We're going to finally do our tea time, probably on Saturday.
I'll make no-bake cookies.
Oh my god, no-bake cookies.
And I'll try and find a good recipe this time.
That does help. But seriously, we're going to do another live next week. Probably Saturday afternoon my time, which would be around 4 o'clock my time. I'm on Central Time.
Druid says they had a lot of fun.
Thank you, Druid. I'm so glad I'm glad all of you came and joined us.
I
feel like I've made some friends. And
oh, Christy just became a top 3 viewer.
Yay! But I feel like we've made some friends, and I think for me, other than just having a good time, that's part of the reason why I'm here.
Justin's just saying, I'm just here.
I love you, Justin.
We love you too, Justin.
And I will see you tomorrow for WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania!
That sounded very Minnesotan, didn't it? WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so
Drew says, me too. You guys are chill as fuck.
If only you knew us in real life, you wouldn't
Chrissy
say
said
that.
2 ice creams.
Oh, ice cream! We have ice cream.
Ice cream.
We have Moose Tracks, and we have,
Can I have some,
what's the other one? Cookie dough.
can I have some ice cream?
Of course you can have some ice cream. I can't because it's too late and my blood sugar is going to
Kimberly
be through the
says,
roof
I
already.
loved hearing you sing.
Thank you.
Mike says, tomorrow you'll be here.
What?
To Justin.
Oh, yeah, Justin, yeah, tomorrow
You
you'll
will
be
be here tomorrow, Ma.
We're going to do WrestleMania
your
this
house.
weekend,
Of course
which
you'll
is
be
Saturday and Sunday. I'm probably not going to do a live with that, but we might make some TikToks of it because we're all loud and crazy and we have a blast.
Yeah.
Our family is completely nuts. Isn't that right, Justin?
But we're the good kind of nuts. We're the kind of nuts that makes you laugh.
We're mixed nuts. I like pistachios.
I love pistachios too. Alan bought me a big bag of already shelled pistachios.
Oh, I want some pistachios. Okay, guys, I love you very much, all of you. Part of that is the alcohol talking, but most of it is me from my heart.
Tori says, love me some Pat McAfee.
Woo, Pat McAfee, yeah! Tori, you should come hang out with us for WrestleMania. We're getting together at 6 tomorrow night and 7 the day after. Or no, 6 the day after. 6 both nights. Never mind. 6 o'clock both nights. I can't fucking talk anymore. Oh, I said it. Oh, I said it.
That's your cue to get off.
That's my cue to get offline. I love you guys. Bye-bye. And I will see you next week at least. Okay. Mwah.
Okay, I'll stop it. How do I stop it? I don't know how to stop it.
You push the stop button.